Hey guys, this week we're going to talk about graphing as a review. Graphing was something that we did virtually first quarter, so we want to kind of bring it in and go ahead and review it and a little bit of geometry with it as well. So these are some words that we had originally talked about when we taught this concept earlier. They are x-axis, y-axis, origin, ordered pair, and coordinate plane. We are going to go through and kind of identify all of these different things today quickly. So if you look right here, what I have set up here is a coordinate plane. So this entire thing here is listed as a coordinate plane. The origin, some of you guys should remember the origin being listed right here at 0. It is where the two axes meet at that perpendicular line. We have the horizontal axis, which is the x-axis, and we have the vertical axis being the y-axis. We also have something called an ordered pair, and an ordered pair is made up of two coordinates, x and y. Ordered pairs have to be written as x, y, and inside a set of parentheses. When I go to place ordered pairs on my coordinate plane, I always have to go to the right first, and then I have to go up. Sometimes you might have heard us talk about crawling before you could walk, or walking before you can climb. Over and up is how I like to remember it. I just have to go over, and then I have to go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot a couple points on my ordered pair here, and I'm going to name them. So I'm going to name them a certain point. So I have named 3 points on my ordered pair. I have named point A, point B, and point C. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and list their ordered pairs. So for point A, I have to give it an ordered pair. So I have to start at my origin. I have to move over to the 2, and then I have to go up until I get there, which is at the 3. That means that that ordered pair would be 2, 3. For B, starting at my origin, I've got to go over to my 4. I've got to go up 1. That means that ordered pair would be 4, 1. Last but not least, for point C, I've got to go all the way over to 5, and I've got to go all the way up to 6. So that means that that ordered pair would be 5. All right, so to continue reviewing graphing on a coordinate plane, we're going to take a look at this Jamboard here to kind of go over it a little bit further. So if you notice here on this Jamboard, I have the coordinate plane that's listed here, and the x-axis and the y-axis are already labeled. I have all of my numbers here, so I'm going to go through and identify a couple of these objects on the coordinate plane. So starting up at the top with the star, I have to start at the origin and go over 1, and then I have to go up how many places. So thinking through how we made our ordered pair, I'm going to move this down here so I can get a text box up here. I have to put my ordered pair inside a set of parentheses, so I have to start it there. I moved to the right first 1, and then I went up 10. And I've got to close my parentheses there. So the ordered pair for the star would be 110. Looking at the lightning bolt, I want you to take the time now to think about what the ordered pair for the lightning bolt would be. And if you said that the ordered pair would be 6, 4, you are correct. I went over 6 and then went up 4. Looking at the square, so I'm going to kind of jump down here to the square. Think about what that ordered pair would be. For the square, I start at the origin, I go over 3, and then I don't have to go up any. So when I'm writing this as an ordered pair, I'm going to write it as 3, 0. there. Right? Moving on to the next slide. Now we are given letters on a coordinate plane, and we are given points over here, but we have to identify the letter that is assigned at that location on the coordinate plane. So the first one is 7, 9. So if I start down here at the origin, I have to go over to the 7, and then I've got to go up to the 9. So as I go up, I see here at that point, I would have the letter F. So you guys take a look at 9, 10. See if you can figure out what letter is at 9, 10. And hopefully you went over 9, up 10, and you found that the letter that is there is G. And then I've got 2, 7. So take a look there, see if you can figure out what letter is at 2, 7. Hopefully you went over 2 and up 7 and saw that D was there. And take a look at 15. 15 is asking us for 0, 0. If you remember correctly, 0, 0 is the place of the origin. So what letter is located at the place of the origin? Good. If you said letter K, that is correct. Take a look. Try to identify 1 or 2 other points at their location over here. And then let's go ahead and take a look at our next slide. So also on a coordinate plane, you could be asked to place a point on a coordinate plane in order to form a shape. For example, on this coordinate plane here, letters A or point A, B, and C was already given to us. It wants us to plot another point on our coordinate plane that would form a rectangle. So when I look at this, I would know that the point would have to be across from A and across from C in order to recognize that. But the tricky part is that there's no numbers down here to tell us where the point is. So sometimes you guys may have to use kind of your inferencing skills that you talk about during ELA class to infer what number would be there. So I'm going to go through here and try to quickly label these lines. And as I'm labeling, I want you guys to figure out what the ordered pair for point D is on that rectangle. So hopefully now you should know the x-axis coordinate, that first number that's there. And I'm working on the y side now. All right, so for point D, the ordered pair there should be 7, 8. So that would have been the other point that you wanted to plot to form that rectangle. So we can look a little bit more in depth at these on this one. So here it wants you to plot another point to determine a rectangle. So I've got A, B, and C. Well, I know that they have to line up. So I know it's got to line up with A, and I know it's got to line up with C. So I'm going to go down, and it would be right there. So I can go ahead and draw my point there. And I can give it a name. I can say that that's point K. And now I have to identify the ordered pair of point K. And again, I would start here at my origin, and I'm going to have to go over and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I've got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So K would have an ordered pair of 8, 5. All right. I'm going to have you guys look at this one. This one's a much bigger one, but see if you can decide where point D needs to go. So I would have to start at C and go up. It would be plotted right there, and I would need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will label this one R, and point R would be 7, 10 for that. All right, last one, try this one on your own here. So point would be here, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be, we'll say point S, and point S would be 3, 7. As long as you guys remember to constantly go over and then up when finding ordered pairs on a coordinate plane, you guys should be good to go. But as always, if you have any questions, please just make sure to ask your math teacher.